Okay, let's give a little time that others can also join. How are you all doing?
Good proceeding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, your in-laws are still there or
Yes, Prabhuji, they will leave next week.
next week? Okay. Hope they're doing fine.
Yes, they will be relieved more in India. The cold is increasing here, so
Yeah,
to go back to
Hamburg
home,
weather. Yeah,
wind
would
and
have
cold.
Hamburg weather would have made them.
Yeah, they are waiting to
Yeah,
go back.
yeah. Hare Krishna Sarika Mate.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah. How are you?
Fine, Prabhuji.
Kids are
Thank
good.
you. Yeah, things are good. Yeah, it has been a bit, how do you say, busy these days, trying to,
That's why we
how
need
do
this
I
Sunday detox program so that we can again start slowly.
Ji Prabhuji, that's what I am trying for the moment. That okay, at least I don't miss, the lecture to
Mm.
hear. Yeah, there has been time that I missed,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, but my intention is
Uh,
also to read it after that. Will stay in my mind and I can follow the teachings. And but yeah, last week already. Yeah, I was uh, listening, and it was a good takeaway from all the lectures of Saturday and Sunday.
mm. Yeah, that's how we
Mm.
can be busy on a weekend. Otherwise, something else will make us busy anyway.
Yeah, it's always something will come, and then we cannot take out time. We have to prioritize that it is our first priority.
Yeah,
Other things are secondary.
yeah, well said.
Mm.
Okay, so let's begin. And yeah, meanwhile, others would join. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथामह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललित श्रीविशाख अन्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So I welcome you all to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures. That we are in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter is very, very nice. This is the chapter where we can understand about the divine and demonic nature. Um, what does it mean is that we are seeing, um, in the light of our own observations, that sometimes some people behave well, some people behave strange, and why is it so? And if you ask them, they are also lost. They don't know why are they doing like that. And all this is because we have not built our quality uh, in our self, right from our childhood. When we see, there were schools which put us in discipline, and through schools, there is a education system through which one is brought up, built up. All the soft skills are to be trained and they should be practiced. But slowly, what happens when one gets to higher education, um, then um, one is caught up more tightly in the rat race, that I want to be number one, and all the good lessons that we would have learned. I don't know whether the higher educations are teaching any moral studies or moral science, or any yoga sessions, or any other interesting topics, but mainly making us how we can be best in our academics, rather actually how best we can be from a values that we need to imbibe and apply, not only during the school days where we don't know why we are doing. Maybe at college days we may can actually understand why we are doing those things, but we are not giving time. So this is all happening because we are not taking the support of mm, Bhagavad Gita. We can see that because Bhagavad Gita, we may see that some people may think this as a religious book, because Hindus, what is the sacred scripture for Hindus? They say, "Hey, it is Bhagavad Gita, so let's take this as a religious book." And other religious practitioners, they may not uh, um, think that it's for them. And even in Hindus, they may see that, okay, the book Bhagavad Gita is so sacred that, yeah, it's better that we are little away from it, because when it is so sacred, I might harm myself by, yeah, they're thinking it is very risky to dwell with Bhagavad Gita teachings. But rather, we can see that how Arjuna, who um, had in number of occasions played as a devil advocate. Of course, Arjuna is a great devotee and a friend of Krishna and have all the good qualities. But he asks few questions, especially so that we can understand it better. Yeah, for Arjuna, it might be a few questions and then he is already clear. And but Krishna also takes this opportunity and speaks Bhagavad Gita so that the this Raja Yoga, Raja Guhyam, this knowledge that is very, very important, this wisdom is lost on the way. Yeah, it was first given to Sun God, and from Sun God to Sun God Vivaswan to Ikshvaku to Manu, and in this way it came, but somewhere it broke. And Krishna wants to help, especially the people in the Kali Yuga, to understand that this is the sublime and most powerful way through which one can build these qualities. And these qualities can actually give us freedom from the jail of suffering that we are going through. Yeah, sometimes we are tossed up and down, and sometimes we feel that, hey, these things are out of my control. Let me be part of it and let's see what happens. If we just let it go, we know in which direction it will go. It's not going to be surprising to see that we are going into adha. Yesterday we were discussing about when one is influenced by the mode of ignorance or mode of passion, then he cannot be helped to get out of the cycle of birth and death. Anyway, to start with, so this 16th chapter, verse number 1 to 3, are going to cover on the qualities that Krishna said are called transcendental qualities. I'm just sharing the screen and we go through that and pick the topic for the day. Yeah, do let me know if you see the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah. So here it says that these first three verses are the transcendental qualities. Let's see what are these. And yeah, this means when we get these qualities, then we are improving our mm, conditions. What do you call this? Uh, um, we are improving our living conditions. Yeah, I think the living condition is the word. So, Sri Bhagavan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhir Gnanam Yoga Vyavasthiti Dhanam Damascha Yagnascha Swadhyayam Taparjavam Ahimsa Satya Krodha Tyagam Shantir Apaishunam Daya Bhuteshvaloluptvam Madhavam Hrir Achapalam Teja Kshama Dhriti Saucham Adroho Natimanita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. So these are wonderful qualities, yeah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, abhayam, purification of one's existence, sattva samshuddhir, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. So, in that, we were talking about forgiveness in the last session. And if I am right, we thought let's spend another session to understand this aspect of forgiveness. Yeah, are we fine to go through that once again? Hmm? Where is that? I'm just finding Nati Manita. Yeah, here. We were talking about, yeah, Arjuna. If violence is required, they must exhibit it. But a person who is able to curb down his enemy may, under certain conditions, show forgiveness. Mm. He may excuse minor offenses. So, in this aspect, yeah, we see that Krishna is emphasizing in the role of forgiveness mainly for a Kshatriya. Mm. But of course, in this aspect, we can also see how this is such an important quality. Mm. And of course, we can talk about, yeah, you might have seen so many articles or seminars or quotes coming on this forgiveness, and then there is nice. But what Bhagavad Gita is saying, and from the light of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can understand forgiveness is not just okay, um, mm, an aspect of okay, yeah, I'm now, I know you made a mistake, so I'm forgiving it. Mm. So that is not the mentality of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava has even a higher. The top level of forgiveness is coming actually that there is no sense of actually forgiving because he doesn't even take offended. Uh, we see that Vaishnav in the case of, I think last time we discussed with the case study using Ambarish Maharaj life where Durvasa Muni wanted to attack him, and the only way that he could be saved was not even by Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu says, yeah, if Ambarish Maharaj um, is okay, if you get forgiveness from Ambarish Maharaj, then you'll be saved. Mm. And Ambarish Maharaj, he said, hey, I don't have, I didn't felt offended, but of course, if my forgiveness will save you, then okay, I forgive you so that you don't suffer. So that is the topmost level of quality, which means a Vaishnava. mm, uh, if we see that uh, doesn't see, if you see, doesn't see anyone as being offensive to him. Yeah, this means that we, if in our interaction with someone, we are always not kind of saying, hey, he has insulted me, or he didn't value me, or all these things, or he has cut while I'm discussing, he has what do you call, abused me. So all these things are sense of, yeah, that we are feeling we are great, and then when we feel great, then if someone is attacking that, then we feel offended. But a Vaishnav who is Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Mananena Kirtaniya Sadahari. From this, we can see that one can chant the name of the Lord constantly when we don't get interrupted by these disturbances. One of the disturbances is what, status, name. And then, because we are not given what we are expecting, then we feel offended, and then we struggle to forgive them. All these things come into play. But a Vaishnav doesn't see any as being offensive to him. So he's not saying, hey, he didn't value me, he didn't, or he offended me. Rather, he's surprised that anyone should concern themselves with his insignificant existence. He's thinking, hey, mm, I think I am the cause of some issue, and actually I should ask forgiveness because I'm such a hopeless case. So that is the position of a Vaishnav. Vaishnav is always thinking that he is very low as a blade of a grass. uh, and this blade of grass, if someone stamps on it, it's not going to say, "Hey, who are you to stamp on me? I am so great that because of me, uh, this whole place is so soft, uh, like a carpet." No, the grass is just thinking, "I am nothing, very, very insignificant." A Vaishnav also is thinking such way that he is always thinking, I am insignificant. If um, if there are faults found in him, then he accepts, because he thinks that, hey, I am not able to see myself. Yeah, come on, I don't have the eyes to see how I am acting, how my face is changing when some incident happens. But I think the others are more capable to apprise whether I am doing well or not. And if they are saying, okay, there is some fault in me, if there is some mistake in me, if there is some room for me to change, to correct, to improve, then he is ever eager and appreciates such thing. And he also, not only that, he also feels very much grateful. I'm very grateful that you have corrected me. That is what a Vaishnav is always. He is always looking for improvement. He is not thinking that I learnt everything in my school days, how to behave well. Yeah, I I am from that grammar school, this techno school, or this whatnot. All these different kinds of boarding, training, and but all these trainings are not helping us. It's not that we learn once and then we are on our own. We don't have to apply them. If we learn that we have to be simple, we have to apply that. Mm. So it is not just learn and forget, but it's actually learn and apply. And when one applies it, then he improves. So Vaishnav is seeing that, okay, I'm a student. I am a student, and I need to learn all these things so that I can practice that. And when I'm practicing, I know myself that I'm not an expert, I'm not perfect. So definitely there will be issues. So a regular consultation with one's seniors to understand how he's doing and improving is what a Vaishnav is eager, and he is not feeling um, bad for it. Rather, he is feeling grateful that he has such uh, a friend or a counselor or a mentor or a guide or a guru, so that he is actually helped through the critic. Usually, people will see that, hey, how can you find faults? Fault finding is not good. Yeah, but if a person is in the mood of knowing what are his mistakes or the faults, such a person can advance and improve well. And a Vaishnav keeps aside the false ego that no, I am perfect. Rather, he thinks that I want to become better. And then through that process, advance. So that is the key. And yeah, and we can see this same applied. It's not a theory. If we see, Lord Krishna himself has also done that. Yeah? So we know what happened. Um, in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. At that time, Arjuna is realizing, hey, I have been thinking you as my friend, and I was very, very casual. I was calling you Yadava. Of course, uh, yeah, one can call through relation, but yeah, calling him as Yadava so casually, he was thinking, oh, maybe I have done, um, uh, committed an offense at you. So he was asking forgiveness. Yeah, that's what we can see in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And then Krishna himself also forgives, not only Arjuna, he forgives everyone. Everyone. What is the condition? What is the condition? That we show that we are genuinely trying to change. Uh, Krishna is forgiving. Krishna is saying in the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharma parijjasya mamekam sharanam raja. Sarva papebhyo. Even if you have committed so many sins, mokshayishyami masucha. Forgiveness through what? He is giving us, he is delivering us from all sinful reactions. Isn't that forgiveness of the Lord? Hmm? One may say, hey, how can there be a condition for forgiveness? The thing is that if such a condition is not there, what is happening is we just take it so casual. We know anyway we are committing mistakes, but the Lord is going to forgive. So we continue to commit. So there is no rectification of what kind of mistakes we commit. So that's why such a thing is there, that yeah, you just take shelter of me. Give up all varieties of religion. You are thinking that, you are thinking this, you are doing that, you are doing this. Yes, but just take shelter of me, give up everything, and for what you have done, definitely, I'll forgive all offenses. We are talking about, Krishna is saying not about this lifetime, he's telling about what we have committed in all the lifetimes. And uh, and in that way, all innumerable sinful lives of neglecting Krishna will be excused or
Used or
forgiven.
forgiven.
Hello? Yeah. And this is also, we can see Lord Krishna did and Lord Ram. Yeah, we can see Sri Yamunacharya refers, once what happens is Indra, he becomes a crow. I don't know if you know this, that, and then what happens is that Indra, mm, um, he will, yeah, being a crow, and he is touching Sita Devi's breast, and for this offense, uh, Lord Ram becomes very, very angry to see how offensive he is. Uh, the Lord was ready to even kill him, mm, because it's an offense, but the bird begged for forgiveness. So the bird begged for forgiveness, and um, uh, in spite of such a act that Indra or the crow has done, Ram has forgiven. And we know that when the conversation between Ram, Sugriv, Vibhishan no, Ram, uh, Sugriv, Hanuman, Jambavan, everyone on the other side of the um, ocean, when Vibhishan came, whether to accept to give him shelter or not, that was discussed at that time. Ram says, even if Ravan comes and says that I have made a mistake and forgive me, then I am ready to forgive. Uh, so we can see there are so many instances. We know also Krishna, um, he mercifully granted Sayuja Mukti to who? To Shishupal who was offending him. And uh, then um, Yamunacharya is saying, just like Ram has forgiven, even such an act, or Krishna has forgiven Shishupal, Yamunacharya is saying, uh, um, yeah, Lord, you are so merciful. You're so merciful. What offense will you not forgive? which means you forgive every kind of thing. This is what we can see. Give me 1 second. Um, mm, one sec. So we can see that. mm, Forgiveness is not just that Lord is demanding and is very difficult or impossible, but the Lord shows and his devotees also show in various ways and various times. As we mentioning about Ambarish Maharaj, and then there is also this Parikshit Maharaj, right? What happens in the case of Parikshit Maharaj? He was cursed, of course. Yeah, it was the Lord who made Parikshit Maharaj to hang a dead snake around Shringi's father, and his Shringi when he came, uh, yeah, yeah, a king, Shringi has cursed his own king, Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj he can change everything. Yeah, if he want, he can just say, hey, no. Uh, uh, mm, I don't. Yeah, and he's also a devotee. He can also need not think too much, but rather he did not blame him, but saw the this is a Lord's will, and then he just accepted it, and then heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. Uh, we see also other examples like Narada. Narada has, he was uh, Daksha. Daksha had 1100 sons, and he has changed all of them to brahmacharis. Mm, mm. So for that, what happened? Daksha, he became very angry, because of actually becoming grateful that hey, after all, the role of father is that his son is delivered, that he gets liberation from the cycle of birth and death, and Narad Muni has trained his children or his sons. Rather, he becomes very angry. He cursed him, and Narada Muni. He didn't felt offended. Rather, he accepted, okay, and then still continued in engaging service. We know the case of Hiranyakashipu, who was torturing his son very cruelly, very ruthlessly, no mercy. Uh, uh, and what happened when Nrsimhadev appeared and he delivered? Hmm. Prahlad Maharaj, he said, I'm giving you a benediction. What do you want? He just asked, may my father be relieved from all sinful reactions. Uh, he desired spiritual welfare of his father. A devotee is not thinking, hey, okay, this is the time where I was ill-treated, and when I get this opportunity, let me ask to get something for myself. Rather, he was thinking about his father. Anyway, in this way, there are so many wonderful uh, examples when we turn to scriptures. And when we turn to scriptures, that are the source and inspiration, and also a helping hand through which we can practice these kind of good qualities. Otherwise, we may not be able to imbibe this forgiveness. Um, and what can happen? What can happen? We can see in Srimad Bhagavatam there is this Parashuram. He has taken the axe, yeah, because his um, um, the Kartavirarjuna, he has, what did he do? He made a big thing, and then Parashuram, he took the axe, and then he has just simply killed. mm, Uh, and but then we can see there's this um, important. He was also said in Bhagavatam that Rama Rama Mahabaho Bhavan Papam Akarshit. This is what happens if you're going to kill Kshatriyas like this very ruthlessly. Lot of sin will come. And you have unnecessarily killed the king who is supposed to be the embodiment of all the demigods. Thus, you have committed a sin. It's very clear. Uh, um, because king, yeah, this is also we see when Vena, King Vena, who was very cruel. He was hurting, he was not taking care of his people, But then what happened? The Brahmanas have simply they couldn't tolerate, and they could just um, kill him. So that they thought, okay, by this process they can solve the problem. So, but we see from Parashuram, we can see that there is this saying, hey, you have committed a sin. Mm. Vayam hi brahmanas tata. Yeah, yeah, you are a brahmana. What is the quality of a brahmana? Shama, uh, uh, arhanatam gata. So, it is the quality of a brahmana to forgive. So, this is what is said. We are all brahmanas and have become worshipable for the people in general because of one quality, because of the quality of forgiveness. And ISKCON, Hare Krishna movement is actually working towards what? To make everyone Brahmanas. Hmm. Some may say, hey, how foolish it is. How foolish it is that uh, if everyone becomes Brahmanas, then the whole Varnashrama system will collapse, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, it is not so easy that one can become Brahmana. But at least at the moment we don't have. We have a huge shortage, huge scarcity of quality Brahmanas. Why? Because we are thinking that Brahmana means one who is born, uh, born Brahmanas. Just like we are saying born scientists, born musicians. Yeah, we think born Brahmana means one who is born from a Brahman family is considered as a Brahmana. And what is happening is one such Brahman is called Brahma Bandhu. Just like Ashwatthama, the example that we were discussing in past. So such a Brahman cannot save himself. So what is the question of saving others? A Brahman should be yajan yajan, patan patan. There are qualities. One should have this kshama. Him vayam hi brahmana stata kshama is the quality. Uh, and if one doesn't have these qualities, one is not qualified Brahmana. So these qualities. So ISKCON is actually, yeah, um, looking to fill this gap in the society, to fill with quality Brahmanas, because the Brahmanas are head of, they guide every other community or every other Varna or group, so to say, so that they can work properly, so that the um, management is doing well, so that the business and economic development is doing well, so that everyone is taken care. It's not that, okay, there are mass and there are class, and there is a huge gap between class and mass. Why? Because the right education is missing, the right understanding is missing, and right care, yeah, counseling is missing. And this is what I think Prabhupada mentions. We are not here to become kings. We are here actually to support. We're becoming the minister class, so that one is given right advice, and through that advice everything becomes normal. So yeah, even if all is gone, if everyone all become Brahman, there is no problem, because there's still so many people who are struggling in the mode of passion and ignorance. And to help them out, we need a strong system, yeah, a quality system, not just a quantity system, with like, hey, how many Brahmanas are there? But if there is no quality, yeah, for namesake, Brahmanas will not bring the change. We are seeing that there is a huge need of it. So anyway, coming back, so Brahmanas are recognized by the quality of forgiveness. So he's saying, Kshamasya rochate Lakshmir Brahmi Sauri Yatha Prabha. The duty of Brahmana is to culture the quality of forgiveness, which is illuminating like sun. Brahmi Sauri Yatha Prabha. Kshaminam Asur Bhagavams. The Supreme Lord is pleased with those who are forgiving. Tusyate Harir Ishvara. So this is helping us to understand the importance of forgiveness. It is not that forgiveness is a choice. Forgiveness is something that is uh, must. Why? Because otherwise we just struggle to continue in the cycle of birth and death. Uh, how can we attract the appreciation of the Lord? How can we attract the mercy of the Lord? That is through the art of forgiving. When we have this quality of forgiveness in us, uh, then yeah, then this helps us to see. Usually we don't forgive mainly because we think that if I forgive someone, uh, then uh, I'm thinking that then this may repeat again. So better if I don't forgive, then he will not make a mistake. Usually that is where we get stuck. And we did try sometimes forgiving, but it didn't improve things. So why to forgive? Uh, so, but we understand the quality of forgiveness is what it will illuminate like sun. It will help us. Uh, at least if we are not at the level of Maharaj Ambarish, uh, if we are not at the level of Narad Muni, if we are not at the level of Prahlad Maharaj, if we are not at the level of Prithu Maharaj, so many great personalities, if we are not there, if we are not at the level of Haridas Thakur, who was beaten in the 22 marketplaces, just imagine, uh, some someone have carried uh, message that this he is a Mohammedan Mlecha and he is becoming a Hindu, that was intolerable, and that's why he was beaten. They asked to beat him in the marketplace so that by seeing him no one will become Hindus. So that's why Hardas Thakur was whipped in two markets, three markets, and still, yeah, he was, yeah, not giving up to chant the name of the Lord, and he was beaten in 22 marketplaces. And after that, after that also, yeah, it is the one who were beating him. They said, okay, if we can't manage to kill you, yeah, then we are in danger. Yeah, we are in danger because the our master will punish us to death. So and our families and etc. So then Hardas Thakur, out of yeah, mercy, he just said okay, yeah, and he accepted. Then he was thrown on in the Ganges, and anyway, we know this. So he didn't say, okay, yeah, a devotee who is so powerful. Haridas Thakur is very powerful. Parikshit Maharaj is very powerful. Ambarish Maharaj is very powerful. All these powerful, they didn't exercise their power so that it causes inconvenience or trouble or, yeah, um, something for the others. Rather, they have forgiven. Mm. So we can see, yeah, the art, yeah. When Indra, yeah, I mean when Indra came, yeah, Indra came and he stole the horse. Yeah, Prithu Maharaj became very angry. But when Lord Vishnu said, no, Indra, he is uh, representative. He said that uh, Indra is to be considered as a representative of God. Rather, you forgive him. We can see a Kshatriya here was asked by the Supreme Lord himself to forgive. Why? Because Indra is a demigod, is a devotee. We come to that, I think maybe session 3, we may need to understand that. But we can see in many, many cases how we can um, see how it is so important to forgive others. We shouldn't think that we are great, so that's why we are forgiving. We should think that, hey, how foolish I am to get offended. When we feel ourselves that, hey, how foolish I am to be offended by someone, by their acts, uh, that makes us more humble, and that helps us actually to be more fixed uh, uh, in the devotional service. Mm. So, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, let me desire the highest benefit for those who are acting inimically toward me. So, if someone is not favorable to me, I am praying the best for them. Wow. Mm. See, yeah, this is what helps us. This is what helps them. It helps us. Why? Because then we are not affected by that act. It helps others because we are praying, we are attracting Lord's mercy for their well-being, so that when they develop good qualities, so they won't commit offenses. When they don't commit offenses, they become devotees. And when they become devotees, then they will also start forgiving others. So in that way, the atmosphere, the ecosystem of forgiveness, of which is the quality of a Brahmana, the Brahminical culture will prosper. So in this way, we see that uh, there are so many qualities of Vaishnavas. Yeah, among them, forgiveness is very, very important. Mm. Out of these 26 qualities that we are seeing, the essence of all these qualities are to understand that I want to take shelter. Yeah? Sarva dharma parijjancha mamekam sharanam braja. Why? Why do we want all this quality? It is not that to become great. Hey, I can forgive any people, anyone, any number of people, or I can. Uh, uh, that is so cool. Yeah, that is so great. I'm recognized for forgiveness. I'm recognized for charity. I'm recognized for my courage. I'm recognized for my truthfulness. It is not that we don't want any recognition. These qualities, why we need is not because we want to be recognized for that greatness. We want these qualities so that we can engage in the service of the Lord. So that is the main thing. What is the ultimate reason why we have these qualities? Because these qualities can help us get closer to Krishna in the spirit of Krishnaika Sharana, to take shelter of Krishna. Hmm? This is the way how we can uh, understand that Krishna is wholly and solely my shelter. For that we need these, otherwise these are the anarthas, these are the bad other these demonic qualities are actually blocking us to uh, appreciate the mercy of the Lord. At the moment when something is happening, something great happens, I don't know whether we will remember Krishna, but when something bad happens, we immediately remember Krishna. Hey Krishna, why did you do like that? So in this way, in this way we understand, a devotee, who is a devotee, yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarve gunais tatra samasite sura. A devotee is a reservoir. He is a place of all the good qualities will manifest him. Harav abhaktasya kuto mahaguna means if someone is having so many qualities, very, very good qualities, but if he is not a devotee, Manorate sati dhavato bahi. What does it mean is that a person devoid of all devotional qualities, engage in material activities, has no good qualities. Uh, we sometimes see, hey, how can you say that? Hey, he is very nice. He is always gentle. He is always noble. He is always that. He is always this. He is um, disposed very favorably to people who are suffering. He is giving that. He is doing this. So many good qualities. All these good qualities are useless if he doesn't become a devotee. If he is not a devotee, if he is just an atheist and just seeing suffering of people and he is doing all these things, uh, it is a matter of time that all his bad qualities will overcome. He has to handle that later. We may see, no, we can see so many people in the past, they have become philanthropic. At least if you see the roots, maybe their parents or in the family line, we can see someone is a hardcore devotee. Mm. And those qualities, values have what come to him. But when he is not always exposed to devotional practices, what will happen is that he would get into frustration, think, hey, I have done so much to the society. I thought they are my children. I have done everything for them. uh, and then eventually they will see, hey, what I want, I'm not getting. I'm not getting satisfaction. I'm not getting recognition. Moreover, I'm getting all kind of difficulties. Why should I do all this? And one day or the other, he'll stop. One day or the other, his nature, which is dominant by mode of passion and ignorance, will manifest, and then so it is said, it's very yasyasti bhaktir bhakti akinchana, one who has great devotion, akinchana, unwavering devotion. All the demigods and their exalted qualities, such as what is that quality? Sarver guna tatra samasate sura. All the qualities of demigods manifest in him. So, which means one, if he becomes devotee, then all the qualities will manifest in him. Only thing is we have to take Krishna Eka Sharanam. When we take shelter of Krishna, then even though we don't have all these 26 qualities, they will manifest. Why? Because Krishna is assuring. But one who has all great qualities, but if he is not a devotee, then what happens is that he is just devoid. Yes, it is considered he has no good qualities. He is doing, then he is just in the cycle of birth and death, and he is not understanding what is the main purpose of having those qualities. uh, no use. So in this way we can see, that uh, forgiveness, forgiveness is something very, very essential. We know, in Srimad Bhagavatam, when we were last Bhagavad Sapta, we were doing about Jada Bharat, right? In that, further we can talk about Rishabhadev. In his teachings also, he describes how important is a guru, how important is a parent, or anyone in the role of um, sheltering, one who is giving this shelter. He has to be able to forgive. Mm. Uh, it's it's not that okay now, I am a control freak and I'm going to just control as I want it, and if you make a silly mistake, simple mistake, slightest mistake, I'm going to punish you. No. uh, he understands that the role of forgiveness is very important, because he understands the shortfalls and the challenges, and if he doesn't forgive their wrongdoings and mistakes, they have no hope, isn't it? If the parent rejects the children, then who will train them? Similarly, if the guru is rejecting, then who will train his disciples? Mhm. So, even Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur in the Guru Ashtakam, he says, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. So, if we want the Lord in our life, it is the Guru, through whom we can get. So, and Guru is forgiving. We can see so many occasions where Prabhupada has forgiven his disciples for what he expected, which were not fulfilled. Mm. So, if one is serious about going back to Godhead, he must consider the mercy of the Lord, uh, and chief aim of his life. So, in that way, we can see that um, the role, definitely there is a need of forgiving. Mm. So anyway, so either a son or a disciple or a subject, we must realize we are dependent on the mercy of the Father. So when we are talking about our role, not about a guru's role, when we talk that I should understand that I'm dependent on the mercy of. It's not that okay, if not this guru, I can go to some other guru. If not this mentor or if not this counselor, let me find someone else. Because after all, uh, I have options. After all, I am right. Huh? If he has offended me, I can find other ways. No, a disciple, as a disciple, we should not take that mercy cheaply or think that, okay, no, 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 this chastisement is not right. So, no, no, we understand. I am a disciple and I can behave anyway, and the guru is obliged to give me corrections. Uh, it is not that, oh, hey, I think the guru didn't understand me. Uh, I think the guru, mm, because I think he doesn't know. Maybe he's not capable. No, all these things are offensive mentalities. Rather, when Guru is seeing, he could see far better than us who we are. So a disciple makes many mistakes. The Guru is should be having the forgiveness mood, and the disciple also should be uh, try to improve, work together. So seniors who are there, they forgive those who are juniors or dependent to benefit them. So the forgiveness is actually beneficial for the subordinate. Mm. And this can also help us to advance. And the juniors also should understand that, okay, I have committed mistake and I should be chastised, I should be punished. Okay, this indeed is helpful for me. Okay, it gets more unbearable. But one who has persevered through that condition and worked how they can improve, they have actually became more successful. Hmm. I think the other example is also about Ashwadhama, right? When Ashwadhama has killed the sons of Pandavas in the night, the next Arjuna brings him. Then there were two parties, yeah, and Draupadi and Yudhishthir Maharaj, they were saying, let's forgive him. Yeah. And Bhima said, no question of forgiving. Yeah, we can see that if you remember what happened. So um, then finally, yeah, they found a way so that they can forgive at the same time, yeah, made the person realize what mistake he has done. So the question goes more into what is that level, what is that limit? Yeah, what is the limit of forgiving? Is it allowed if one can forgive always? If that is the case, then there is no um, um, room for improvement, right? If someone is just forgiving, he will commit again and again and again the mistakes. Yeah, like for example, we may see that sometimes we come across some news where ch- um, child abuses happen in religious centers, and should that be accepted, allowed, or if not encouraged, but is it okay to forgive? And uh, um, so and then what happens is um, the whole environment, right? For example, in this case, the parents were thinking the priest is great, and then they were doing, and the priest has exploited it, and then people put so much faith in saintly people, isn't it? And so many people who had uh, faith, then they were cheated. When they are cheated, should they forgive? Uh, uh, so we can see this. Now we come to a very sensitive topic. Mm. We are talking about. Yeah, I remember this particular verse, which uh, His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj was asked in Chowpati, I think, when Radhanath Maharaj and Jayadvaita Maharaj um, were giving a class, and in that they was asking about this. Okay, uh, um, what should we do when Brahmanas or Vaishnavas commit mistakes, yeah, that too which are not so small. I think Krishna himself says, yeah, api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhur eva sa mantavya samyak vyavastito hi sa. This is very important verse. We should remember very, very often as we are very closely dealing with devotees, especially when we are dealing with senior devotees. Yeah. What is that? Apichet duracharo. He's saying even if one commits the most abominable action, Krishna is not saying duracharo. Suduracharo means extreme mis. Um, behavior or extreme yeah, abominable act. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak. If he is engaged in devotional service, hmm, Sadhureva mantavya. Still, he is considered as a saint. A saintly person, even if he commits serious, abominable act, still he should be considered as a saint. Why? Uh, uh, it is said, samyak vyavastito he sa. Yeah, it's a matter of time, right? Because um, if he is still determined to be a devotee, so it's a matter of time that he will again get back to his position of delivering uh, quality devotional service. Uh, so this is the limit. Now, what is the limit? We are talking about a limit where we are talking about if a saintly person, uh, where who has been very sincerely serving Vaishnavas, when he is engaged in services, and somehow or the other, because of some uh, mm, uh, bad influences or negative influences within or outside, if he is committing any mistake or an offense, even if it's most abominable, uh, is there limit? No. Some devotees say that abominable action cannot include um, um, pedophilia. So to do exploit all these things. But if we take here, it is said that if such a sudurachara, but if he is a sadhu, then he should be still considered sadhu even if he has committed such abominable act. There is no sin which cannot ultimately forgiven. So the fact is that we are all in the material world means we are committing all kind of offenses, right? All sins. At some point in the past we have done. That's why we are here. Which means uh, we are thinking that hey, that person is such abominable person because he has done such an act. But why I am in the material world? I am also in the same world where he is living. Huh? I'm thinking that I'm great, how great I am. If I would have been so great, I wouldn't have been in this world at all. Which means I am also Suduracharo. Maybe in this lifetime I didn't retrospect myself, reflect myself well, or even in this life I would have been exceptionally improved, but still in my previous lives I would have done such a mess, and which means uh, what is my qualification to actually speak about others? And Krishna himself is saying, even if such a sadhu is there, even if he once, uh, uh, yeah, he has done service, right? So, and he is determined to go back to Godhead. So, it's only a matter for a short time that he is distracted, diverted. So, he will once again come back. But in the meantime, if we commit ourselves to be offensive on him, uh, then who will be at loss? It is we. Because we have grudges. It is because we didn't behave well as a devotee, due to which uh, the punishment that we may think it's correct. Uh, so is, yeah, Krishna himself is saying not approved. Mm. So that people who have committed sin should not be punished. Punishment is also a means through rectification. We should see this that way. We may think that, okay, if that is the case, will the management can't correct? No, we have a whole GBC, Governing Body Commission, which is seeing who is doing what, and there are also so many organizations, um, what do you call, judiciary things that are there in the world, which are seeing who is faulty, and then uh, punishment is there. Punishment is only to improve the person. Punishment is necessary, isn't it? Uh, it's not that okay, the person who is committing such an offense, let him continue to do. No, a person should be punished, but that punishment is not about this forgiveness, or this is a different topic. uh, Punishment should be just an act, not of vengeance, not because we are disturbed. No, the punishment should be an act so that the other person can know what mistake he has done and what he should do, so that this, uh, um, from a Vaishnava philosophy, punishment means actually to rectify a person. We know that we also read that king should sentence death a person who has committed such a offense or such as action. Uh, so such a crime. Uh, um, so when such things happen, then others see, okay, if I commit such an offense or such an act, then I'll also be punished. So in that way, so there is definitely a role of punishment, so that it helps the person to get better and also makes others to be vigilant not to commit such an offense or act. But uh, this action is not on a platform of retaliate to, hey, he has done something, let me also harm him. No, that's not the thing. Whatever someone may have done, we never tell them to stop chanting Hare Krishna, isn't it? Even if a person has done something, we say, hey, you're not qualified now to take the name of the Lord. No. Uh, hmm. Only thing is we may be a little careful so that they don't get so that others, yeah, just like if there is some infection on our hand, we take care so that this doesn't spread all over the body. So it is not like, hey, huh, how come that, hey, you have, mm, let me cut your hand. No. Mm. Of course, yeah, there are ways of how one may take it in the mode of passion and think, hey, no, this is not right. Let me correct it and take power in our hands. This is what happens often, right? When we see the authorities are not taking action, let me take the action. Yeah. No, why don't you become the authority then? Uh, and then when you become authority, then you can also take action. Rather, we think, no, 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 that's too much. Yeah. If I become the authority, then I have to become, everything is white. Yeah. You can't do something black. So let me not become authority. So let me do something under the carpet, what I want. No, that is demonic nature. We will anyway talk about that in coming weeks. So, yeah. So in this way, the role of a authority, role of a leader, role of a king is definitely to punish if the offense is um, uh, not so minor, because we see in the purport, right? Prabhupada is mentioned, if there is some minor thing, offense, no, then it's forgiven, but not always. So we can see here in this way, application of punishment has its own role. Mm. And we should also, oh, it's already 10. We should understand that there is definitely um, how we treat different people when it comes to forgiveness, when it comes to punishment, to what level, what can be done, who is in which role to do what kind of action, all these things matter. But forgiveness as an individual, again, we can see as an individual, if someone is attacking me, the role of forgiveness is very nice that we not get, first of all, offended, and yeah, for a matter of his well-being, if we have to forgive, yeah, because Lord is not going to accept if one continues to do these things. So for that matter, just like Ambarish Maharaj did, let's forgive and not feel great about it. Hey, I am great so that I could forgive him. Rather, we appreciate that this person has genuinely tried. He came to ask forgiveness. So who in the world is doing that? So in fact, he is so great. So in that way we can appreciate that, and then yeah, as a formality, forgive. But otherwise, the best thing is uh, to actually not take all these sense of feeling offended and all these things that will um, help our health, the mental health. Actually, there is, again, we can discuss about the mental well-being, how a forgiveness can help us. There also, it's not like, okay, forgiveness is for their benefit. Forgiveness is also benefiting us because we are not um, getting touched or infected by sense of pride. I'll stop here. I mean, any questions, thoughts? Anyone want to share? Okay, I didn't see a chat. Uh, Let me see
Hey,
who's there. Hmm.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Who's there?
Yes, it's Pratik. So this is my first class. So in the end, I got a bit confused. So you mentioned that if someone is asking for forgiveness, on that case we forgive, or we just let go situations.
So first of all, when the best would be that we don't feel offended. So then there is no question of forgiving, right? So forgiveness comes into play that when you feel like, hey, um, eh, this is something, yeah, I got really, yeah, disturbed, and it's really wrong that the other person has done to me, and all these things. When we have this, yeah, then one second. Okay. I need to take this call. Give me 1 minute. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Button available.
Sorry. Yeah, where we were. So can you once again say your question, Pratik Prabhu?
Yes, I understood a bit. Means my question was on um, the level of issue, and when you last mentioned that if someone is asking for forgiveness, then we should definitely forgive and all. So I got confused over there. That is the situation when someone is acknowledging their um
Yeah.
wrongdoing, then we should forgive, or we should just let go. Anything means it
So
again depends on the
first of
degree of.
all, yeah, first of all, we most likely get offended when we think ourselves superior and we think that we are right. Yeah. So the sense of righteousness, of feeling that we are right, makes us feel like we are right, and they should ask for forgiveness because they are the one who, yeah, uh, are maybe doing something wrong, or they are not right, yeah, in their own position, yeah. So that's why we're expecting that the other person should actually ask forgiveness. That is a very cheap mentality as a devotee. So this is one thing clear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So now coming to when what is the right way of thinking is that, hey, when I, yeah, I don't know much, yeah, who is right, who is wrong. I can give an example in this case in Srimad Bhagavatam when Parikshit Maharaj, he came he came to the place where there was this bull which was beaten and it was standing on one leg, and there was so much blood, urine, that came from this bull, right? At that time, Parikshit Maharaj, what he saw was in the forest there was this bull which was beaten, the legs are broken, and then the Kali Purush, he was holding a mace with all thorny kind of thing. And then Parikshit Maharaj is asking, who has done this? Huh? Because as a king, he want to punish. And then the bull was, mhm, is it not self-explanatory, right? Yeah, you see that the legs are broken, and there was this Kali and this mace, there was this blood and everything. So it's very obvious, right? But the bull is saying that I don't know. Yeah, it could be because of my own bad deeds that I have done. Hmm? So rather we just think that, hey, it is a fault of that Kali. Just it was more like a reflective question, like what could be the reason? I don't know. I am not so intelligent. I am not so expert. I am not Trikala Gnani where I can check what happened in the past or future. I am very common, simple being or a simple person. So I really know that I deserve a forgiveness? Rather, we can just say, hey, I'm such a hopeless because I've been failing. Every day morning I'm failing, every day evening I'm failing. Huh? So when I know my own insignificant position, then I don't really feel like, hey, I'm expecting some forgiveness from anyone. Because I myself know that, hey, definitely it is not in my remits that I can judge who is right, who is wrong. When I can't judge, will the question comes about forgiveness?
No.
The question
Yeah.
itself is not there, and that makes already things simple, right? What we can just say, hey, no, no, don't feel so like that. Um, Yesterday, right, Satish Prabhu, when we were reading Prabhupada Leelamrit, we were reading about Prabhupada was asking forgiveness from his god brothers.
Yes, Swamiji.
Yeah, we can see what did Prabhupada ask, and then what Narayan Maharaj and others were telling. Prabhupada, you didn't do anything. Yeah? You did whatever you did because you were establishing such a wonderful organization, isn't it? So, in that matter, when some things are communicated, we can see the intention of you. It is not that you intended to offend us. It is that you wanted to establish, you are really working hard so that you can establish such a Vaishnav community all over the world. Hmm? So we can see that on one side, Prabhupada is demonstrating the quality of a devotee that he should always look for forgiveness, taking shelter. Yeah, that is the spirit of always being humble. At the same time, we can also see the others. Yeah, his God brothers were saying, no, 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 you would never commit offense because you are always interested in the well-being of the institution, well-being of this, yeah, preaching or spreading the, working on the instructions of our Guru.
Yes. Understood.
Yeah. So in that way, we are understanding the more and more humbler we become, then yeah, it's if you are happy, if I have to forgive you, we can just simply, of course, what should be the practical way we can do this is, yeah, first of all, yeah, you have not offended me. That should be also in the mind. It's not just like, okay, artificial. It's not, no, no, I'm offended, but I don't want to show, because if I show that I'm offended, you may feel that I am not a good devotee, because first of all, a devotee shouldn't feel get offended, right? So if I am expressing them offended, then you may feel that, okay, that he is not a good devotee. Even I don't like that you think that I am not a great devotee. So that's why I'm not. No. First of all, we understand that, hey, you can't offend me. That is already bottom line. Yeah, you have been doing something with your own whatever things, whatever capabilities you have been doing it. If you intentionally do also, but because Krishna is saying, Chaitya Suduracharo, even if one, but he is a devotee, but he, whatever reasons, if he has done, still such a devotee, Krishna is saying, because he is determined to become a devotee. Yeah, we come across so many around us who are all devotees, right? One is expert devotee, one is semi-expert, one is quarter expert. Yeah, like everyone is at their own level, struggling to do what? The determination is same, to go back to Godhead. Everyone is working to become a devotee, but depending on their access to their wisdom, access to the facilities, and support system. Yeah, if they're in a good association, then he's more favored. If he's in bad association, it's more challenging. But everyone is struggling to be a devotee, right? With whatever knowledge he has, whatever practices he has, whatever understanding he has. So advancement means basically to understand that, hey, I, if someone has said something, someone has done something, yeah, Krishna, it is through you. Otherwise, yeah, uh, Krishna is manifesting that through some media, and then, yeah, if genuinely the other person still deserves some punishment or etc., you see that, hey, are you the authority to punish him? Rather, you can just say, okay, I tried these things, okay, but I think we need to bring authorities so that they can take action. It might be they can help me what I made mistake, they can help the other person what he made mistake. Ultimately, the authority should work without, because just like a judge, He's just hearing to both sides and he's saying who can improve how. So that way we should develop the unbiased mentality, and also this um, fault finding or misjudged mentality, all these things, right? All these things can make it complex so that we don't forgive. Rather, when we make it simple, then for us, yeah, if we have to forgive for whatever reason, yeah, we can. First of all, we don't have to. Why? Because if we are good devotees, we wouldn't have the grudges or offensive mentality. But for others, yeah, for the person, if he thinks, yeah, he needs to be, yeah, is it a big deal? No.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if I touched on the main question, but I was just giving, um, yeah, more.
Yes, I understood. Yeah, um, I understood the perspective. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, but very nice question. Yeah, because in the end, what should we do? Yeah. Okay, others?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Dev Prabhu, if I'm not.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I had this question that, okay, forgiveness and letting go, but what in case of repeated same mistakes? Or what if it's what if from my perception it's a mistake, from others' perception it's just in their nature? Like, okay, it's not like a mistake, but it's like their nature. Like, for example, to say something or it could be anything, but then will it be considered a mistake? And if it's a mistake, but it's in the nature of the person, so they are tend to do it again and again. So,
Yeah. If a person is repeatedly doing and intentionally doing, yeah, if one is doing because of habit, yeah, there is how much chance you can change. If someone is a thief, yeah, by nature, yeah, because he has been thinking that way. Don't we come across people who think this? Yeah, there are some people who are very, very critical. Yeah, there are some people who are very, very generous. There are some people because they have this nature in them, and to change that for good takes really lot of time. If we cannot, yeah, because of our own shortcomings, yeah, because of which we cannot appreciate or cannot wait, so better to maintain some distance. Yeah, if we maintain some distance, then we don't offend other person thinking, hey, why are you doing all this thing all the time? I i i can say that whom we think that these are not doing well, yeah, at least they are doing well in some other areas, in some other ways. Yeah, for example, one is a great book distributor who is distributing books like daily newspapers so fast, yeah, in good number. Maybe if he is not uh, so good at communication, how to deal with devotees, maybe because of some issues, personal, private, or devotional, whatever, we can appreciate that. Hey, no, still see, he is such a good book distributor, for example. And if he has done something for on me, yeah, maybe he has some plans or something. Yeah, better, yeah, don't get into it. Rather, you just kind of maintain this. Let him, yeah, he also has his space, right? He also has his place in the, yeah, in the world, in the organization, yeah, in your life, in his life, definitely. And we don't get entangled in that. Mm. So if someone is repeatedly doing, maybe we have to see whether he intentionally hurting, intentionally attacking. If that is the case, we maintain more distance. Uh, just like if you are a thief, yeah, as I said, the nature is one thing. We can't change. He can't change. He's struggling. He himself is struggling. If we can help somewhere, yeah, we can do. If it doesn't work, what to do? But if a person is like, for example, in a hospital, if you have a patient, right? If a patient or a addiction, someone has a smoke, what do you call, smoking addiction, yeah, you know that it's not good. Maybe even he knows that's not good, but he's struggling to overcome that. uh, you can't simply say, hey, you're a smoker. What will it bring? Hmm? It makes him more worried.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one more question that how it goes about forgiveness for self. And okay, I have regret. Okay, for example, I did this wrong, but I'm still I'm trying to not do it again, and it's lesser than before, but then it happens again and again. For example, I have the tendency of not responding to messages, but it's not something that I do it intentionally, and later on I feel bad about it, and after that I'm sending sorry, sorry, sorry to 10 text messages. I couldn't reply to your message.
Mm.
So
Yeah, you can find, I mean, see, solving our issues, we have better control than solving others' issues. And when you tell about this, yeah, so for example, about messaging, I'm just taking this as an example. Yeah, we should see, okay, there is something that is uh, causing issue, yeah, whether with you and other person, and you can see what is your part there. And if you see there is something that we can improve, we should improve. For example, if you say, um, I'm really poor at messaging. Why don't you, when you have something, give me a call and I'll call back immediately if I can't take your call. Something that you can still have a communication through which um, you can convey what are your limitations, what you can't, what you're not good at, etc. If other person genuinely understands, yeah, fine. Otherwise, as I said, you can always see. Um, Based on the level of relationship with the person, need of relationship with the person, you can accordingly maintain uh, distance or closeness. Ultimately, it shouldn't affect you, it shouldn't affect other person. And of course, if other person is, as I said, if you feel that someone is really stepping on your toe every now and then, yeah, just move your feet from there, mm, so that you don't have the issue. Yeah. And if the other person is coming more closer, yeah, this question may come, how long can I run away, run away? Maybe then you become, yeah, maybe some extra protection to your foot, so that the stamping doesn't affect. What does it mean? That you get more immunity against such kind of behavior that can happen when you take shelter of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So these things will give you that protection, that uh, uh, through which, even if a person is, yeah, just like you can go to the most infectious place, but if you have your mask, then you are less prone to infection, right? If you are having your own protection around.
yes, Prabhuji. Understand. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, any last question? If not, then yeah, wish you a very nice week.
Today is Chitramal's birthday.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Happy Krishna conscious life, Chitramali Mataji. I don't know. I mean, I thought we may not bear the mic, so I thought wishing later.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mhm.
We wish you a very, very happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.